Kicking off now with Thursday's Guardian. Leo, will you be King of the Scots?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe if I can live long enough till everyone else dies from obesity and alcoholic, as they all are, as we were just saying. But
no, we were complaining about the what was it, the autocue?
The negative connotations of Scots. We don't all deep fry Mars bars. I steam my Mars bars. So I'm
Do you not
a very
air fry
healthy
them?
eater.
Can you
air fry them?
Can you air fry a Mars bar?
I don't know.
That's what middle-class Scots
I
do.
don't know anyone in Scotland that actually. I think it's a tourist thing. I don't think anyone in Scotland actually actively goes out looking for a deep fried Mars bar.
It is delicious, though. Deep fried Mars bars are very delicious.
Let's
So they
focus on the
basically
news.
just called me fat.
Let's talk about the papers then, Leo. What's this story
there's
about?
a story. Basically, they're looking at who's going to replace Sturgeon. I'd say a plank with a face drawn on it could probably do a better job than Nicola Sturgeon.
You've never been a fan, have you, Leo?
Planks with faces drawn on them don't pass terrible laws, and that's all I want from a government, is just to not do very much. But Sturgeon had to carry on doing stuff like hate crime bill, the Named Persons Act, the gender ideology reform bill, or whatever it's called. It's a nonsense. But who's going to replace her? There's a whole parade of non-entities and idiots here ready to replace her. There's John Swinney, whoever that is. Humza Yousaf, the guy who's...
Swinney was the leader of the party.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, in the interim period. He didn't do very well, though. Nobody can remember
He
who
did.
was.
I mean, he had to step down because he lost.
No. I'm sure he was leader at some point before Alec came in.
No, it was after Salmond.
Was it after
it was
him?
after Salmond, but then he lost. So he was in the role for a good 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it was 2004 to 2008 or something.
Yeah, but, you know, maybe he's learnt from his mistakes and he's ready to
come back.
have another crack at it.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, he's 58. He's had a lot of experience. But, yeah, they're looking at other people. There's various...
Angus Robertson is the front runner.
Angus Robertson
I believe.
looks like the front runner.
Yeah.
But what do you think about this?
Scottish name.
Bruce, do you have any sense about who might be able to take up the mantle?
I've honestly no idea, because it's not that I don't have any interest, but it is the fact that I'm just like, they must all be... I think they'll all be in shock.
They will be, because this...
Genuinely, I think they will all be in shock.
Because no one expected this to happen yet. They thought she might hold on until after the election, right? So this is a strange thing to happen.
So I think probably in terms of sequential, whatever that is, I think Angus is probably front-runner because he was party chairman at Westminster.
Yes.
As long. But Joanna Cherry would be a very interesting candidate, just because she has, I think, very opposing views to Nicola.
Yeah. But particularly on the gender issue.
Yeah, she would have to quit as an MP here. But then how does that work with Douglas Ross? Because he's an MP in London, but the leader in Holyrood. So it
would be a way to do it, I think. Yeah. But Joanna Cherry would be quite a bold move insofar as she's so the antithesis of Nicola Sturgeon when it comes to the gender issue. And the gender issue, after all, is the thing that's created this mess. So she might be an interesting candidate. If it's Humza Yousaf, I mean, he's very ambitious.
Yeah.
If it's Humza Yousaf, I'd be worried about that because he's a bit of an authoritarian.
He's very authoritarian. He's the architect of the hate crime bill, which is appalling. He's constantly stirring division. He tried to sue a nursery that wouldn't accept his kids, and he said it was racism.
It wasn't racism. The owner of the nursery was, in fact, of South Indian origin. So it really wasn't racism.
Well, I mean, different South Asian people can be racist against each other, but yeah,
it's internalised racism.
He dropped the case anyway, but yeah, and also. I mean, what was the other thing he was going to...
Well, he's
just generally pretty useless. He stood up in Holyrood and made that speech condemning everything in Scotland for being too white, even though it's Scotland, and Scotland just is kind of white because it's Scotland.
It is very white. What about... Go on, sorry, Bruce.
Sorry, he also fell off a scooter.
Yeah. Well, you can't really have a leader who does that kind of thing. You need a leader with balance.
Yeah.
Poise, I think, is very important in a leader. Thatcher had poise. What about this Kate Forbes? Very young.
Yeah, very young. And I think
too young?
She's a Gaelic speaker, which, I mean, yeah, why not have somebody who's focused on keeping an extinct language alive for no reason?
You're so anti-Scotland, aren't you, really?
No, that's not Scotland. Scotland isn't that. Scotland is the Jesus and Mary chain and Billy Connolly and stuff. It's not this, flowers in the mist and, dancing around swords.
Well, Bruce...
Where's that? Not in Dundee. Where is Mary Black in all this?
Well, that's an interesting question, because I was looking through the sort of forerunners on the internet, and her name hasn't even appeared. But she's a bit of a superstar within the SNP, isn't she?
A lot of people have a lot of time for her.
Yeah.
Including Robert Peston.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to see. OK, well, we're going to move on now.